to do songs, and maybe you can stand on this side, but I'm going to explain a few. So, a little personal note, I started Good News Club, CEF, with, I think it was the year 2013. Wow. And back then, we sang some songs that we hardly sing anymore. So, one of our pushes this year is to clear out some of our older inventory. And also, some of you that have these old songs sitting in your closet, maybe you can dust them off and pull them out again. And if you never learned the motions to it, they might have changed over the years. So the first one we're going to do is Faith is Just Believing. And one of the things that I remember when I first started, we always did faith like this because it was what you knew from your brain about what God says in the Bible, who Jesus is, but you would put it into the trust or into your heart. So this song starts with Faith is Just Believing, and so we've been doing faith and believing this way over the last, I think, 5 years or so. So we actually will incorporate both. Faith is just believing what God says, you can flip it, what God says He will do. He will never fail us. His promises are true. If we but receive Him, His children we become. Faith is just believing what wondrous thing He's done. And then it repeats. So that's an old song that we're going to do. I guess I'll explain the next song after we do this song. So it should bring back a lot of memories to you old timers. Okay.
And then, you know what, with this song especially, tell them, so then what is faith? Guys, what is faith? And I asked him that question, and I said, okay, do you see anything on the front page right there?
It's just believing.
It's believing. Okay, believing what? Faith is believing. If you have faith in something, it's believing. But what we call faith in the Lord, what is it believing? Oh, and then you open it up. Faith is just believing what? Well, that's it. That's faith is believing. That's it.
And it's faith believing the promises too. Yes.
Right. Yes. God says He will do. My point is, growing up, I never knew what the word faith meant, and I grew up in Sunday school. Mm-hmm. So that's why
Yeah. Acting upon what you know.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You can stand up if you want.
Faith is just believing what God says He will do. He will never fail us. His promises are true. If we but receive Him, His children we become. Faith is just believing this wondrous thing is done.
And it goes back to the beginning.
Faith is just believing what God says He will do. He will never fail us. His promises are true. If we but receive Him, His children we become. Faith is just believing this wondrous thing is done.
Okay, and our next song, we have a few copies of these. This one is really a good gospel song. So, what is the gospel? Who can tell me what the gospel is? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Ruth.
It's that Jesus came to pay the price for our sins.
That's right. Jesus came to pay the price for our sins. He died on the cross for our sins. And so the gospel is also known as the good news, right? The Good News Club. And so over time, I know some songs we say the good news this way, but this year we taught good news to all the world because we have this great news, but we know it comes from the Bible. And so that's the gospel. We're going to be doing the gospel this way. And so this song is really also good when you are teaching the Wordless Book. You'll see that it goes in the order of the Wordless Book song. So you've got the gold page, the black page, and then you've got the little pictures on the side there. You'll get into the red, and it's kind of missing the white page, but it turns out that it's White snow, yes. So the white is kind of down there, but we don't want a huge encyclopedia book too, so we're consolidating. And so then you've got the green page to grow. So this is an old songbook. We have lots of copies, and so we are giving a sale. It's $3 if you buy this copy today. The rest of the books that we have for sale for you are $5 because they are CEF books. But today, take advantage of the $3 sale. Yes, according to Rosa. Buy it today.
I'm using my 90% off.
This book is really not just $5 either. We only sell it to you at $5. It's at our even.
Usually they're $15. My sister she's in Oregon, and she was doing Good News Club. She goes, I have to buy these online, and they're $15 plus you pay for shipping. So take advantage of, when we are selling it to you for
It's a chapter
$5.
discount, but it's still, it's 40% off. But then shipping and tax we still have to pay.
Right.
So that
So
$5
it's a
is
really good deal.
So $3 is fantastic.
And $5 won't even buy you a meal, right? A hamburger meal anymore. So $5, great. And $3 for That's the Gospel. Okay. I don't want to have to put these away. That's
The gospel isn't cheap, but the song is cheap.
all right. Here we go. Long intro.
We want to see God's home called heaven, where there's a street that's made of gold. But in this life of sin and darkness, we need salvation, we are told. That's the gospel. That's the gospel. It is the truth. You can be sure that's the gospel. Jesus died and shed his blood. We can be clean as the purest snow. And as we live a life believing, we will begin to change and grow. That's the gospel. That's the gospel. It is the truth. You can be sure that's the gospel. That's the gospel.
Stay on that page.
That's the gospel. It is the truth. We can be sure that's the gospel. That's the gospel. That's the gospel.
Okay, and
Linda, you can also see that when you're turning the pages, you want to turn the page.
that wasn't the next song we're going to sing. I guess I have to turn them off. Yes, that's the song. Kay is my partner at Lawrence Street. New this year, really godsend for me, and I just put her on the spot this morning. I was like,
know the songs.
"Hey, Diana's not here. Can you just hold the song sheets for me?" And she's like, "I don't know these songs." And so, okay, this one goes twice through. There's a little tab for the the chorus, but she'll be holding the songbook this Tuesday, and she'll know what to do. But yes, okay. So there's always a good time to if you have rowdy kids, need kids to quiet down. Song right before you're going to teach the Bible or your verse. Let me listen. It's very contemplative. It's very worshipful. It's very slow. It's soft. And so this is a good quiet down. Let me listen to his word. Okay.
Let me listen to you, Lord. Let me hear your voice. Speak
good song to quiet down your club.